All right, so if we're going to talk a little bit about one of the common swing characteristics, maybe other individuals would say swing faults. If we're going to talk about those in regards to assessing biomechanics of the swing, we always want to take a down the line view. And one of the more common things that we're going to see in our male amateur golfers is the idea of early extension. And so with this individual here, who was so kind to let us use his video, this individual is a very, very solid golfer. And these swing characteristics, they're never intended to say that you can't play good golf or you can't score well. But what they do is they give us a framework for your individual goals, regardless of what they are. They let us know what you're working with and if it makes sense to modify it or change it, or to do what you have, use what you have, and work around it, so to speak. And so as we look at the video here with this individual, what you have is we have this line right off the tailbone. All right, I drew some posture lines here, which we're not going to talk about those right now, but we drew a line right off the tailbone. And what we're looking for in this individual is really as he takes the club back to the top or transition and he comes back down to impact, can he maintain his tailbone, his pelvis, his glute? Can he keep anything on or behind that line? If at any point during takeaway or the downswing, the hips or the pelvis moves forward, then we're going to have the equivalent of this individual standing up in their golf swing, okay? And so we see if right about here is the top or transition, we see that he's got pretty good positioning because the pelvis, that right glute is actually falling behind that original line, that vertical line. So far, pretty solid position from takeaway to the top. And I'm just talking about that hinge of the hip, right? I'm not looking at other things right now. As we come back down to the ball, though, and we come back to impact, we start to notice how far the hips have moved forward, right, towards the ball or towards his hands, so to speak, as he's making impact. And the hips have fallen off of that line, all right? Now, the best ball strikers in the world, if you're going to watch PGA Tour, many of them rarely do this. And so we're not expecting you to be PGA Tour caliber out there as a male amateur golfer, a female amateur golfer. But what is the thing that this causes? Well, for a lot of us, first thing it does is it causes power loss. Second thing it does is it causes back issues. And the third thing it does is it causes inconsistencies with contact, all right, and accuracy. So this aspect of early extension, it's not to say that you can't get away with it and still score well with it. But if you're having back issues, if you're having consistency issues, or you feel like you're losing power, this would be something to investigate. This would be something to see if you have. And then when we know the fault or the characteristics of the swing is there, what can we do for you physically, whether it be in the gym, on your own at home, or maybe even manually with our hands, to start helping you work around this. And that's what we're going to continue to talk about in this program for you, how to work on the top 3 swing faults from the comfort of your home. And that's really what the program is going to be designed for you to learn more about things like this, how they affect your game, how they might affect back pain, and ultimately how you can move better, to play better, to enjoy the game more, and hopefully score better. All right. So I hope you'll join us on the free webinar, and there's going to be more info regarding early extension like this, as well as 2 other key areas or 2 other swing characteristics that people usually will have if they're having specific issues with control, consistency, distance, or back pain. All right. Looking forward to seeing you on, and thanks for joining us.